Okay, time to go and deal with a few issues, like weeds and overgrown sections, like all of this stuff over here. It's time to clear this up, and I'm going to clear out the weeds that have started growing through the wood chip here. Hopefully clear that up and then spread out some of the wood chip that I've got delivered. I've got a giant pile of it out there, 3 cubic meters of it, that I need to start spreading around. So I want to make sure that these areas are all clear of weeds, and then put a thick layer of wood chip down, and hopefully I won't need to do this again for quite some time. You can see there are sections of it where we had wood chip that weeds haven't yet grown, but they definitely are taking hold. So that's actually a beetroot that one of the seeds must have washed out of the bed up here, and it's starting to form a little beetroot. But it's not really going to be a good one to eat, so I'll pull that out too, along with all the other weeds. And then I will need to start on these sections where, again, weeds and grasses and things have started to take hold underneath. So much to do. And then put more wood chip around there. Not sure what I'm going to do with these strawberries exactly. I like the fact that they're making strawberries, but the pathway is kind of getting overgrown. Something ate a bit of that. Oh, might be able to salvage some of it. But I'm procrastinating. I did manage to clear this bit last weekend, and already there are little signs of weeds coming up through there again. So I might give this another quick once over and then put a fresh new layer of wood chip. Time to stop talking about it and start doing it. Well, that's looking a lot better than it did this morning. All the weeds are out of this bit. I've got a thick layer of wood chip, which should hopefully keep the weeds down for quite some time, and I won't need to repeat this exercise in too much of a hurry. That patch looks a lot better without all the stuff. I'm going to need to work out what to do with it because I've kind of moved the problem over here. They're just random bricks and bits and pieces that are useful sometimes, but most of the time they just get in the way. So I've got to kind of figure out what I want to keep and what I can get rid of and try to get rid of it. I've made a little bit of a dent in this pile of wood chip, but it's not significant. There's still a lot to go. It's taken a bit of a chunk out of it. That's a lot more. Well, I'm gonna have to get into some of these beds and re-wood chip in there. That'll take up a bit. Well, keeps me busy. Looks nice when it's done. It's functional. Does keep the weeds down. Doesn't stop them completely, but certainly keeps them down. And I think not having a whole bunch of weeds and overgrown stuff over there is going to help, hopefully, to keep the weeds down in the rest of the spot. But that's looking quite happy. And I'm very happy with how these cherry tomatoes are going. So I've been picking off the lowest leaves and at every leaf join taking out the additional shoot that forms. I think I've taken most of them out, so I don't really have any to show. Well, up here. Not going to focus, is it? Oh, there we go. So you can see that the leaf is coming out of the side, and there's a small little shoot in here, similar to this one. And you pick those out when they get big enough, and it means that the top of the plant continues to shoot up. It doesn't put any additional energy into growing side shoots, and you can train it up. And I'm doing that along these climbing frames. We've got two different varieties in here, one which is the longer, thinner, I think they call them a grape cherry tomato. You get either yellow or red ones. They're pretty tasty, pretty sweet, and then some sort of round one. Now I'm not sure whether I actually planted these from seeds or if they just came up from the compost, but either way, we'll have some cherry tomatoes, and it looks like it's going to be quite a good amount of them. Alright, I think that's it. I need to take a break. I'm Nick, you're awesome. This is the Quarter Acre Life.